Right, let's continue with this game. Oh yeah,
The place looked run down and deserted.
forgot where I got to. Yeah,
Parts
look
of the
at
wall
that.
had fallen
Playing
down.
around with your hair, you daft woman.
Climbing
Crumbling
over
wall.
would not have been a great idea.
Yeah, you might be right there. There's nothing over there, is there? No.
Parts of the wall had fallen down.
Okay. Is it ready? Oh, why not? What's that? Pick up a helmet, giggity.
It was an old helmet.
There's some people that combine the two or something.
A helmet on a pole? Always useful.
Yes. And draw the shooter's attention.
I just hope this works. Are you ready?
Can't wait.
Go!
Run, George, run! Oh, the evil goat.
Oh no. I'd made it without getting shot, but I sure didn't feel lucky. Somehow I had to distract the shooter again. And this time, I was on my own. With a ghost from the past giving me an evil stare.
Hello, goat.
Good goat. No.
Take it, the goat doesn't like me.
Hey, that's mine. The goat had eaten Hobbs' carefully crafted provenance. Oh, heck. The apples were bruised. The crumbling fountain wouldn't provide me with any cover. Hey, Mr. Goat. Look what I got for you. I was hoping the goat would be more friendly now. Go on, eat this, boy. The goat couldn't reach the apple pile. Oh boy, you're gonna love this. I distracted the goat, but it wouldn't take him long to eat that apple. The goat now had a whole pile of apples to tuck into. I tossed him my last apple. Even while he was eating, the goat had his eye on me. The old car was riddled with bullet holes.
Oh, I'm back. Typical. Just start playing a game and then I get a bloody phone call. I can see you over
The
there.
shots were coming from inside the house.
You do something silly like reflect the sunlight or something.
I blinded the shooter. Time to make a dash.
I must have heard.
Don't think I can't see you, Senor. If you so much as move an inch, I shall shoot you.
Ramon.
Senor, please. Whoever you are, hold your fire. I'm not armed.
Good. That makes it easier for me to shoot you.
My name is George Stobart. I'm a friend.
I have no friends.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Please, put the gun down.
No. Leave now, or I shoot.
All we want is a quick look inside the Castel.
I don't believe you. You are here to kill Senor Marquez.
Senor Marquez? He's alive? Well, he'll vouch for us.
You don't fool me like that. Get out of here before I kill you.
Senor Marquez knows me, I swear.
And I know a lie when I hear one. Go now, or I shoot.
Wait! I have important information.
Vostè, venghi a me.
I don't think they
Do you
care.
understand what I am saying?
Try saying it and let's see.
Ah, well, I'm George Stobart, and I come in peace. Please, put the gun down. I'm not armed.
And I'm still not hearing an explanation.
I can understand the old man being edgy, but you look like a woman who's seen the world.
Nice work. You managed to insult Ramon and me in one sentence.
Do you mind putting that down? I've had a really bad day.
Guns don't agree with you?
No, and neither do goats. I've got bruises in places that, well, you know, places.
So leave.
We're here looking for something.
Well, go look for it somewhere else.
We were helping a man called Marquez in Paris.
He is my father.
I could see where she inherited her temperament. Your father? Well, he's our friend.
Why should I believe you? Show me proof.
What about his medallion?
I have your father's medallion.
So you're a thief too, huh?
Oh, what about the family picture?
Look at this photo.
It's old. Do I care?
Okay, maybe not. What about that then?
Track down his painting. La Maledictio. Look.
Where did you get this?
In London.
All right. You better come with me, but no funny business, okay?
You know, you sound just like my friend Nico. Nico!
What's going on, Ramon? Who's out there?
Some crazy American. Don't worry. Eva will deal with him.
Papa. These people want to talk to you.
Eva, I thought we agreed to shoot intruders on sight. You... How did you find me?
It wasn't easy, senor.
We thought you were dead.
You were wrong.
They've brought you something, Papa.
Can it be? At last, la malédiction.
Well, Senor Marquez,
Oh, look how it just fits
looks like
perfectly
La
in there.
Malediccio hangs in its right place again.
Indeed. I have waited all my life for this. But
Something interesting?
the painting, it is different. The face in the middle.
The one with the symbol of the Tabula Veritatis on it?
How do you know about the tabula?
A priest told me. Said it was the devil's work.
Pah! Priests, full of lies, every one of them.
Oh, really? Well, this priest said that the tabula was an instrument to raise the devil.
Fool. Who would want to raise the devil?
But you do want to find the tabula.
Yes, because it is a Gnostic treasure. It is special, and my duty is to keep it safe.
I was sure that Marquez still wasn't telling me the whole truth. And now?
I shall decipher the painting and find the tabula. Before she died, my mother said that once the painting hung here again, its meaning would become clear, and the route to the tabula would be revealed.
So, what's the answer? Where's the tabula?
I don't know. The room has changed.
Was there something different about the room back then?
No. Yes. I don't know. You must help me.
Well, how? I'm not a Gnostic.
Senor, you must. Because soon, the Russian will be here.
He knows about Castel del Sanz?
I regret, senor, that in Paris, I told his sidekick a little too much.
Ah, well, I guess we'd better figure this out. And fast.
I'll go and keep watch.
Shoot on sight, remember.
Well, Nico, what now?
You try and work out just why the painting has to be in this room. I'll go and see if Eva knows anything.
Whether he knew it or not, I was sure Marquez had the answers.
Start from the right and work away. Let's see, there's nothing over there anyway, is there? No. Oh, nice
It
window.
was a circular stained glass window. It was a shield on which heraldic symbols had been painted. The scroll beneath the shield read Puchaga. The scroll below the shield read Girona. A few words, senor?
Good. Bye.
I'm sorry?
You wanted a few words. I just gave you 2.
Ramon sure was a little light in the charm department. The carved figure resembled the young man in the painting. It also matched the pose of the figures in Simeon's picture. The carved trees bore a remarkable resemblance to the ones in Simeon's notes. The carved figure was like the bearded man in the painting. It also reminded me of the figures from the illustration in Simeon's notes. The stone fireplace was old and dusty. It looked like it had lain undisturbed for decades. the Maledizio, back in its rightful place. But what were the clues? The plinths looked like they could be rotated. The painting held all the answers. The Tower of Saints had led us to the Castel. I wondered where the other clues would take us. Inside the ring was a castle gate. I had no idea what it signified. Within the ring, there were a number of houses. It was a village or a small town. A large Ouroboros dominated the center of the painting. Before he was killed, Simeon had said that the tree inside the Ouroboros represented hidden Gnostic knowledge. And here it was, a whole new image inside the snake. Hobbes had uncovered it, but now he was dead. A symbol was cut into the man's forehead. Simeon had claimed that it was the sign of the Tabula Veritatis. A scarred face stared back at me from within the Ouroboros. Hobbes must have uncovered the image when he was restoring the painting. But what did it mean? And what was its link to the Tabula Veritatis? Inside the ring was what looked like an affluent town. It was the figure of a priest, but with a dog's head. The figure was pointing up at a ring above him. The figure of the young man was just like the one on the front of the fireplace. It couldn't be a coincidence. The youthful figure held a glowing blue orb in his hand. The bearded figure was similar to the one on the fireplace in the hall. I wondered if there was a connection. The orb in the old man's hand glowed with a green light. There was a tower within the ring. Maybe it indicated a place? The priest appeared to have a padlock through his mouth. He was pointing down to the ring below him. It was a tower of tormented souls. They looked like the damned. It was a castle of saints, Castel de Saints, in Catalonia. The scroll under the shield read El Pont de Suert. The scroll below the shield read Tremit. The scroll beneath the shield read Figueres. The scroll under the shield read Olot.
They've obviously got to play some part in it.
The scroll under the shield read Olot. The scroll below the shield read Berga. The scroll beneath the shield read Bascara. The scroll under the shield read Roses. The scroll below the shield read Lorette de Mar.
Statue.
There was a piece of stone on the ground. It looked like a discarded statue. The bookcase held an assortment of ancient books. It was a collection of what could only be described as stuff. The bookcase held an assortment of ancient books. There was a crate of brandy amongst all the mess. The door was locked. There were spent bullet casings lying amongst the rubble. What exactly happened here? It looked like this part of the castell had taken some damage. The end of the passage was blocked off with rubble.
Can't see anyone else around here. Maybe we should try outside. I didn't get a chance to look because I was getting attacked by goats and old people with guns.
So, until you came here, you knew nothing about the castle?
Didn't know, wasn't interested. I better get back on guard in case anyone else shows up.
Your father needs our help, Eva.
My father needs rest, peace, and quiet. Not more of this Gnostic nonsense.
So, what did you find out?
Not a lot. Eva thinks her father's losing it. She doesn't have much time for Gnosticism. She's never been here before. In fact, Marquez never even talked about the place. As far as I can tell, she and her father never got on. She left home the moment she could.
I don't blame her. So, why is she here now?
Marquez begged her, said he was in danger. I guess maybe I'll go inside and have a look around too.
Tell me if you find anything. I'm not having much luck so far. There was no way I was going near that goat again. The fountain had stopped working long ago. Hello, Eva.
Signor Stovart.
Please, call me George.
I'd rather not. When are you and your girlfriend leaving?
Actually, she's not my girlfriend.
I don't know what your scam is, Signor. You may have fooled my father, but you don't fool me.
Well, I can sure see where you get your manners from. Tell me about your father.
When my mother died, he brought me up.
As a Gnostic?
He tried to teach me that stuff. Said I had a religious vocation. Turns out I didn't. On my 18th birthday, I left home and never went back.
Tell me about Ramon.
Apparently he worked here when he was a boy. A loyal servant, even though the family left and never came back. More fool him.
Tell me about yourself.
I left home as soon as I could, lived a bit, and now I own a bar in Marseille.
That explains why you know how to use a gun.
No, Signor. I learned how to use a gun so I could get rid of vermin.
Eva was a real charmer. What do you know about La Malediction?
My father has been obsessed by it all his life. He thinks it's full of secret messages. I think it's a crock of
Sure you do. Nico tells me you don't really know about Gnosticism.
Don't know, don't care. And I don't need saints and gods telling me how to live my life.
I can see why you and your father don't get along. So, you don't know anything about Gnostics?
They're a religious sect. They belong in the past. My father's obsessed with them, and that's all I know.
I have this aftershave. What do you think?
I think you should keep it to yourself.
I was sure she didn't want to see it. Cookie?
It looks disgusting. I'll pass.
Eva, meet Trevor. You don't have a problem with it?
No, my bar is full of them.
Eva wouldn't want to see it. Eva, care to give me your opinion on this?
Sorry, George. I don't know anything about that.
Do you know anything about this statue?
I've seen a few of them lying around. I guess the fascists smashed them up in the war.
She probably wouldn't care. Do these notes mean anything to you?
Some old religious texts. So what?
What do you make of this?
They're sketches of my father's painting.
The artist paid for the knowledge with his life.
Figures. That painting brings bad luck to everyone who gets near it.
This is your family, right?
Looks like it.
Any more thoughts on the statues?
They're just old stones.
Do you recognize this?
It's my father's medallion. He said he lost it.
Yeah, he left it in Paris. Do you know anything about it?
When I was a kid, he never let it out of his sight.
Your father scribbled some notes on this photograph.
So, we have the painting. What do you need a bad photograph for?
Any more thoughts on the statues?
They're just...
Any more thoughts?
They're just...
Just walk in front of her instead of having to walk all the way around the front.
It was an old, weathered sundial. From the dial, I could see that the main doors of the house faced north. The wind chime was made from old tin cans and other rubbish. The wind chime was made from old tin cans and other rubbish. The malediction, back in its rightful place. But what were the clues? That was almost it. The photo was of the Marquez family. On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues.
Statues that I've got. We were trying to see where they're facing in this picture. They're facing, aren't they? Unless they're supposed to be facing inwards. Okay, maybe not.
The painting held all the answers. I needed a better... Nope. That would be point.
These are the same statues, aren't they?
Without anything on it, I was achieving nothing.
Alright. No, one's got a hat and one hasn't. Can I tell which one of them is which in there? Oh, they're both the same, aren't they? Okay, maybe I've got to use the same colour statue. But is that the one with the hat or without the hat? Looks like without, so I need another green hat.
Without anything on it, I was achieving...
Yes, I know. Shut up. Another blue. Let's see if they need to be facing in the middle first. Guess not. We'll try getting them to face the other way then.
On the fireplace behind...
Mm-hmm. Maybe it is the green statue. Doesn't be doing anything anyway.
It was a gilt Ouroboros set with some sort of red crystal. It looked old. Really old. So, just like Hobbes, Marquez was looking for the Castel de Saints too. Hobbes had sketched the face he'd discovered in La Maledicció. It was obviously important, but I had no idea whose face this was supposed to be. I wondered if the notes could help decrypt La Malédiction.
Oh, what's this?
The first passage read, "And thus spoke the accused. In this ritual we find succor. Clad in blue, the perfecti take the form of the spiritual and look towards the rising sun, toward the tree of knowledge. Clad in green, the credentes look the other way, towards the setting sun, where stands the tree of life." I wondered what it all meant.
This blue on the side of the blue bit on the painting. That's about facing the tree of knowledge, which would have been in the middle of the painting.
The painting held all the...
But the tree of life, or whatever it was. There's no tree of life, unless that was...
The plinths looked like...
Yes, I know. Well, I didn't seem to do anything.
The church clearly had a long...
I said north was... How much does I know that though? Blue and green. So I've gotten the right way around. Who's facing the tree of light though? I'm sure I've had these both facing the correct way. Unless they've got to be like physically staring at the painting. Doesn't do anything. I suppose looking at the rising sun and the setting sun, if you use the sundial, figure out which direction's which, and then get the statues facing in the
From
right
the dial, I
direction.
could see that the main doors of the house faced north.
Okay, so that is north. Should mean north is this way. The east, south, west.
I put some statues above the fireplace. but
East
it was
would be
hard to
at the
tell if they were
painting,
the same ones
west
as
would
in
be away
Marquez's
from the
family.
painting. Which one goes where again? Blue towards the rising sun, green away. So, what do always what's hand the wrong way for? Now the blue one look like he's just got a hump. Ah, that's another theory gone.
That was...
Unless I got these facing the wrong way, maybe. Don't look like it. And blue and green should be on the correct thingies as well. It's a strange one. Let's see if we can get a hint. Yeah, I already know that. Yeah, I already know that. That's what I'm doing. Why have I got to use the broken green statue?
I put some statues above the...
Why the hell does it matter? I don't know. I need to turn these all the way around again now, didn't I? Oh, okay, that was the right way anyway.
Ah, what is this?
But
Staircase.
they still don't explain why you have to use the broken one and not
Must go
the
up. We
real
don't have
one.
much time.
Or the fully made one. It's just stupid.
Stairs. Always stairs.
Oh my god, look at this.
George?
Judge? Oh, they're trapped.
What's this? A piece of burnt paper with the word Wolfram. That
Wolfram.
sounds familiar.
Wolfram. I curse that name forever.
What do you know about Wolfram, senor?
Wolfram. I spit on the name.
So you have lived here for a long time?
All my life. My father served here before me. In fact, he named me after Senor Xavier's favorite saint. Saint Ramon. Patron saint of the falsely accused.
That's nice.
Not really. The Moors put a padlock through his mouth.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess there's a lesson there for all of us. What is Wolfram?
It was a mining company, run by a murdering swine called Ganon. In the Civil War, they backed the fascists. In return, Ganon was given soldiers to do his dirty work. They came here, brought their bloody war to this house, and killed Senor Xavier.
They shot Xavier? Senor Marquez's father?
I was just a boy, but I remember like it was yesterday. Shot him and his friend, Hernandez, like animals.
Why did they come here?
They were searching for something, but they brought death with them. But there is one thing I have never understood. Xavier tried to escape through the library. But the library windows are barred. It is a dead end.
This Ganon, who was he?
He was Swiss, a businessman, and a murdering swine.
So what did he want here?
I don't know. When he wasn't torturing the locals, he disappeared to the library. Spent weeks in there, making notes and studying maps. His men, they crossed the whole of Catalonia searching for something.
Did they find it?
Who knows? One day, Ganon just disappeared. He never came back. An accident, perhaps, in the mountains. May his soul rot in hell. The soldiers didn't stay long to search for him. They hated him too.
The name Genan was familiar. He was the person who had tried to buy La Maledicción. A coincidence? Perhaps.
There is no such thing as coincidence.
So, when the soldiers left, you took back the house?
Yes. A few years later I returned and cleaned the place up. It broke my heart. I locked the library. I could not bear to touch Galen's papers.
Can I have a look at the library?
No. I have kept it locked to honor the memory of Senor Xavier.
Please, this is important.
I lost the key.
You lost it?
That evening when I locked it up, I drank to the memory of Senor Xavier. The cellars were well stocked, Senora. It was a long night. I hid the key, then forgot where I hid it, so it is lost. That was all that was left in the morning. I haven't touched a drop since.
I needed to find out what Galen had been working on in that library. There was a crate of brandy amongst the mess in the Great Hall. Apparently Ramon drank them all. Must have been some night.
There's some empty bottles outside near the goat in there. Have a look, see. Oh yeah, I can go to the car. A goat. I wonder if the goat's going to try to attack Nico, or if it's just George.
Hello, little one.
Must just be George.
A heap of old brandy bottles. Ramon must have been in the car on that night all those years ago. The floor of the car was littered with keys from sardine cans.
Lovely.
An old pair of shoes. The dashboard seemed intact, but this old family car would never drive again.
You could say that, yeah.
A 5D71. Extraordinary. The inside of the car was in a bad state. I picked up what looked like an old diary. It was Ramon's. The library will forever be a shrine. No one will enter. I shall hide the key in a safe place. Once I've eaten. I have just what I need and know what to do. Oh, beautiful lady, your eyes are so blue. I just can't stop thinking of you. Ramon was quite the budding poet. Our lives are entwined like ivy on a tree. That is what you mean to me. Nice. Hey, I was reading that.
Oh, you're not anymore.
Another brandy bottle? Ramon really went for it that evening. An old and very dubious pillow. Someone had been sleeping in the car, but long, long ago. Tin can keys.
Tin cans. The wind chime. The wind chime is made out of tin cans.
Have you
Enough
no
of us a
respect
clue.
for great art? Pretty indigestible, huh? The wind chime looked like it was made from old cans. I wondered if it was Ramon's handiwork. One old sardine can was bulging slightly. I fished around. There was something in it. And there it was,
Haha.
the key to the
A
library.
key. Still carrying a mop of it.
Ramon had been true to his word. This place was like a shrine. The trunk contained someone's personal possessions. At a guess, Genan's. I wondered what secrets they might hold. The hat looked battered and old. I wondered if it had belonged to the mysterious Genan. The map had interesting markings and scribbles all over it. Georges would be so jealous.
Would he know?
So, what is this place, Senor?
It is my family's chapel.
It's not like any chapel I ever saw. Where's the altar, the crucifix, the Christian symbols? And this fresco, what's that?
How extraordinary. It tells a story. It depicts the journey of my ancestors, the Cathars, and their escape from the hilltop fortress of Montsegur with the Tabula Veritatis, from under the very noses of the soldiers of the Albigensian Crusade.
Whoa, wait a minute. Who are the Cathars? And what have they got to do with the Tabula?
The Cathars were Gnostics. They lived in the south of France in the 12th century, at peace with the Jews and the Catholics of the Languedoc. They preached that men and women are equal, that God is within you, and that the Church is an obstacle to salvation. The Pope found their core beliefs abhorrent. The Cathars accused him and his Church of corruption. He condemned them as heretics. When the Pope learned that they were the guardians of the Tabula Veritatis, he conspired with the King of France and called for a holy war to wipe them out. The Albigensian Crusade was a callous, ruthless massacre. The final confrontation took place here, at Montsegur in 1244. The Crusaders believed that they had slaughtered all the heretics, but a handful managed to escape with the Tabula. They traveled south across the Pyrenees along secret trails. They brought the Tabula here to Catalonia to be hidden once more. Sadly, it was not the end of their trials. The Spanish Inquisition saw to that. Nevertheless, for generations, my ancestors continued to guard the secret of the Tabula. So, you understand why La Maledizione is important to me. It will lead us to the Tabula again, so we can keep it safe from those who wish to abuse its power.
The painting brought us up here, Senor. We need to find out why. The fresco deserved a proper examination. The fresco was surrounded by dusty inscriptions. My Latin was a little rusty, but I could still translate. Ex igne puritas, from fire, purity. Ex luce veritas, from light, truth. Ex labore sapientia, from struggle, knowledge. The mountain fortress of Montsegur burning after its capture by the Crusaders. Cathars being burned at the stake. Knights of the Albigensian Crusade. Cathars fleeing across the Pyrenees to escape the slaughter of the Albigensian Crusade. They seem to be carrying something. Cathars flee. They seemed a town of northern Catalonia. A town of north.
You got something on the wall?
A town of northern.
You must do. Another figure skulking around. Okay.
It was a large marble statue of an old man with a beard. The statue held aloft a colored glass lens. These statues.
What of them?
They're just like the figures in the painting, and on the fireplace.
Indeed. They are the two pillars of the Gnostic faith in harmony. The bearded one is Yahweh, Jehovah, God of the physical world. The other is known by many names. Hillel, Ishtar. He is the bearer of light, Luxfere, Lucifer.
Lucifer? So you guys are devil worshippers?
No. When he is in balance with Jehovah, Lucifer is the god of desire and ambition, driving humans to be inquisitive, to discover, to advance. Just as Jehovah, when he is in balance with Lucifer, is the god of order. Jehovah stands for selflessness and altruism. Gnostics worship the harmony of both gods in balance.
But what if one were to rule without the other?
If Jehovah ruled without Lucifer, then individuality would be surrendered. Mankind would be wholly conformist, mindlessly dependent, mere pawns of a controlling power.
And what if Lucifer ruled without Jehovah?
Ambition and desire would be transformed into unbridled greed, and man would lust only for wealth and power. Society would descend into chaos. Disorder and war would prevail. Then, Lucifer would be the devil indeed.
It was a glass wheel divided into 6 colors, and it looked like it could be rotated. Part of the lens was covered. I removed the small leather cover to reveal a crude crystal lens. Colored light streamed through and shone onto the fresco.
Okay. Yellow splodges everywhere now. Oh. In everything else we've seen, he's always been green. So maybe we've got to change it to being green.
From yellow to green.
And he's normally blue.
Marquez had told me
Yeah, we know that.
it was a glass.
Yeah, we know. Just take the cap off, will you?
The color changed from yellow to... The color changed from green to turquoise. The color changed from turquoise to blue.
See if anything different's happening there. Not really, just making a very nice, pretty pattern. What else we got around there?
It was a candelabrum holding a single candle.
We've still got matches, haven't we?
Just what this place needed. Bit of mood lighting. If only I had a few scatter cushions. It was a candelabrum holding it. The candle was lit.
Okay, has it done anything to the painting? Doesn't look like it. Can we use something with that? What with the medallion? Shine the light through the medallion or some crap? Oh, he's done something.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The light is showing the path of the Bonzon.
The what?
The sacred trail my ancestors took across the Pyrenees, carrying the Tabula Veritatis from Montségur across the mountains to this town.
And which town is that?
I don't know. That I cannot answer. But its coat of arms is quite distinctive.
Shields in the main hall.
But how does it bring us closer to the tabula?
It
I'm
tells
guessing them
us
statues were the right colour then.
tabula took 800 years ago.
I think that's all we're going to find up here.
You're right. We should return to the hall. Eva will be getting worried.
I don't even think she knows you're gone, does she? Oh, she must do. Coat of arms. Gotta look for whatever that one was.
Okay, we found the route of the Bonzon Trail. How does it help us?
It must somehow relate to the painting.
Papa, are you crazy? What are you doing?
I'm fine. Don't fuss.
You got me out here to look after you, so let me do it. Ramon is outside keeping watch.
George, I'm glad you're safe. What did you find?
There's a secret chapel above the fireplace. But it's not your average everyday chapel. It's a Gnostic chapel. All laid out for worshipping not one god, but two.
What?
I'll tell you when we have more time.
You know, I found some things too, which might connect with all that. Come to the library. Oh, could you bring the painting? I think we're going to need it.
Should have left the door open for me, you know?
What are you doing with La Malediction?
Nico found something and asked me to bring the painting. I promised to take care of it.
I'm sure that was the shield on the thing.
The coat of arms was exactly the same as the one depicted on the fresco. It read Berga.
There. Okay. Wonder if that's on Nico's map.
Eva, go with him. Make sure the painting comes to no harm.
I should stay with you, Papa.
Don't worry about me. La Malediction is more important.
Maybe to you, I've had to enter it.
Have you brought the painting?
Sure, why do you want it?
Because I found out what Ganon was up to.
The Ganon who tried to buy the painting from Madasti?
No, Ganon who led the fascists here during the Civil War. Ganon who then spent months here searching for something. And who vanished one day, leaving that trunk full of goodies over there.
You think he's connected to the Ganon who wrote the letter to Madasti?
It seems likely that they were related.
Maybe. So, what's the plan you've uncovered?
Take a look at this. It's Kanan's map. He was searching for something.
Searching for what exactly?
The Tabula Veritatis, I guess.
You think he found it?
I doubt it. If he had, then people wouldn't still be chasing after the painting.
So why did you want me to burn it?
See this scribble in the sea?
It's the same shape as the circles around the Ouroboros.
Yes. Genan thought that pattern in the painting had something to do with a map of Catalonia.
So, I guess we try to finish what Ganon started. I'd put money on those circles around the Ouroboros being places in Catalonia.
But which places?
Maybe the painting can give us some more clues.
Look at other things first, just in case I need some more information.
I lifted the hat out of the chest. There was something tucked beneath the shirt. I picked up the folded note. It was a telegram. I removed the oilcloth from the chest. I picked up the blanket. There was nothing underneath it. I had no
Boots?
desire
What
to take
boots?
the old boots.
Can't even see any boots.
There was nothing underneath the other shirt. I had no desire to take the old...
What the hell? Could that be a T? Could the first one be the? Could that be tablet? Something like the tabula and that's some shit they bought. Don't know, I'm just guessing. Two? That's gotta be Catalonia, surely. Connection? Oh. Okay. So you can't learn could be boy. By a something of Cathar. A group. Nothing else would be of. What's we got? Inquisitor? from. Confirmed. This from confessions extracted by the Dominican Inquisitor. Blah 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 blah. It's gotta be Wolf for a minute. I have.
I deciphered the telegram.
Haha!
The Tabula Veritatis was smuggled out of Montsegur to Catalonia by a group of Cathar survivors.
Anyone want
I
what
have
cheat?
confirmed
Take a
this
screenshot of this book.
from confessions
Then you ain't gotta work out yourself.
extracted by the Dominican Inquisitor Emmerich of Girona. It was signed Wolfram.
Wolfram.
I put everything back in the chest.
Well, tapestry.
A moth-eaten tapestry hung on the wall. The books were covered in cobwebs. They hadn't been touched for a long time. It was a dusty old globe. Eva.
Yes?
Do you have any idea what we should be looking for?
What do I know? You're the ones who think there are secrets hidden here.
I love that. Stupid
This
thing.
map is confusing.
Well, we can be sure about the 2 locations mentioned in the telegram. But perhaps there are more clues to be found.
The coat of arms I saw in the fresco was for a town called Berga.
I know of it. You should mark it on the map.
Yes, ma'am. I'll just start marking some
The map had
crap.
the mountain range of Montsegur.
I didn't tell you to pick that. Alright.
The French castle Montsegur. I saw this location highlighted on the
Which
fresco.
was the Cathal's main base. So
This was one of the locations highlighted on the fresco.
And this was the starting point of the journey of the Bonan, the good man, the Cathars, right?
There's Burger as well.
So, the coat of arms on the fresco pointed us towards Berga.
Then it must be important.
2 locations down. If the vignettes on the painting were anything to go by, I needed to find 2 more.
What about...
I wasn't sure that I had all the... The Tabula Veritatis was smuggled out of Montsegur to Catalonia by a group of Cathar survivors. I have confirmed this from confessions extracted by the Dominican Inquisitor Emmerich of Girona. It was signed Wolfram.
Girona. Is Girona one of the... where are you going?
Time to take another look. 4 clues, 4 locations. I just needed to pinpoint.
There's Girona.
Girona. The location had to be important. The Inquisitor Emmerich had come from there. The Dominican monk Emmerich was from Girona, the dog-headed priest on the painting. I'd found 3 locations. Now I had to track down the last one. The village of San Ramon.
Saint Ramon. Ramon told me he was named after a Saint Ramon.
There's also a saint on the painting.
Let me guess, he has a hefty padlock through his lips?
The city of
No!
Perhaps the
It's gone by your
city of
fucking shadow, you twat.
the
Well, that's
village
better.
of San Ramon. I could see a pattern emerging. The locations had formed an odd cross shape, similar to the layout of the orbs depicted on the painting. This is the center point of the cross, so the tabula must be here. Montserrat.
Yes, it
has
must.
to be Montserrat. The question is, what's Montserrat?
It's a monastery in the mountains. Quite a tourist spot. But there's something else. I think it used to be a Gnostic refuge. Hundreds of years ago.
Bravo, my friends.
Where do you guess you had that gaming person?
Kowski?
No, Langham.
No, it's Genan, isn't it?
Very good, Miss Connor.
So, what happened to the real Langham?
He went for a long swim in the Seine. Now, I was expecting to have to rip this place apart and retrace my grandfather's steps, but I do believe you have saved me quite a lot of work. The tabula is at Montserrat. Who would have thought it? The old man will be coming with me.
No, please. Take me instead. He doesn't know anything.
And you do? I think not.
But he is old.
Eva, hold your peace, child.
You can't do this.
And what exactly does that mean,
Oh, but I
Ruby?
can. I will. Man is weak, servile, controlled. He must be freed. Freed from all constraints. Free to fulfill his desires.
And you plan to raise the devil to achieve that?
Not the devil. Lucifer. Now, if you don't mind, we have a long journey ahead of us. Come on. They can rot in there.
We have to get out of here now.
Light coming through that bullet hole.
He's as dangerous as he looks.
I'm afraid so, Eva.
Yeah, but these
I
outside
think
of there's a
he's killed
false
before.
wall there.
You know, Nico, we were chasing Medovsky, but all along, we were really up against Ganon's grandson.
Right, I'll be back in a minute, just need to pop to the toilet. Right, I'm back. A quick check. Do a parcel to be delivered any minute. See if I can find out where he is. Oh, 8 stops away. Keep an eye on that. I'm now going to have to mute my mic because I just had a party invite from one of my friends, and I don't think they'd want to be on their voice broadcast, basically.
Look, daylight.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's a false door, Nico.
So that's why Marquez's father tried to escape through here. He didn't have time to open the false door.
Aha!
Great work, George. Come on, Eva, let's go.
We need to rescue your father and stop Langham before he gets the tabula. Eva, I think you'd better stay here.
Are you kidding? You'll need me, especially if there's a fight.
Eva, it'll be very dangerous.
Signora, you do not understand. It is my duty.
Okay. We'd better check up on Ramon first.
Sure. Then we will go and kick some ass.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Montserrat was way up in the mountains, a major tourist destination. But we went there as tourists. We had an old man to rescue and an ancient tablet to find. And standing in our way was a cold-blooded killer. Why would the tabula be hidden up here of all places?
For hundreds of years, the mountain has been kind of a sanctuary. There's an old Benedictine monastery up the hill.
Well, I guess that's where we need to start looking.
Wow, it's empty. Where is everyone?
This place is normally full of tourists.
I don't like the look of this one bit.
At least it's not monks with guns.
Don't even go there, Nico. Time to bring out the dumb tourist.
It's a role you were born to play, Georges.
There was no point leaving until we had what we came for. Nice lamppost. Looking at that fence, I'd guess they had dog issues around here. It was a magnificent building. I wondered if the tabula was really hidden up there.
Howdy. Is this the way up to the monastery?
Yeah, but it's shut. No one allowed in. The monks, they're on strike.
Wow. What happened? Someone make 'em work ungodly hours?
Nah, I don't think that was the problem.
Hi there, buddy.
Sorry, we got a virus loose. Whole place is locked down.
Those poor monks. Going on strike when you got a virus. That's the pits.
Whatever. I can't let you in.
Howdy, fella.
Sorry, pal. Monastery's closed. Till further notice.
Oh, gee. Well, ain't that just my luck?
Yeah, ain't it?
And my two pretty sisters here are so looking forward to seeing the monastery.
Life's full of disappointments.
Sure seems that way. And the monastery's definitely up there, huh?
It is, but it'll still be there tomorrow.
Oh, we fly back to Austin tonight.
Well, isn't that a shame?
So why's the place closed?
VIP visitors.
Wow, that's exciting. Which VIPs?
A foreign prince.
The Prince of where?
Yeah, that's the one.
Wow!
So we can't let normal folk in.
Oh, of course not. No, not if the Prince of where is there. Did you tell the prince about the virus?
What?
Your buddy said there was a virus. Did you warn the prince?
Well, there's no need. He's, immune.
Oh, of course. Stupid me. Everybody knows that.
Time for you to go.
I guess it is.
And you.
We're moving away from the monastery.
Yes, but with those goons in the way, we have to find a different approach.
Maybe there's some other way around, via the cable car station?
Or at least someone in the can tell us what's going on.